No, 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 no.
Stay savage, your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back, and guess what? We're back with Boruto episode 60. This time is going down. Like, we starting to see the tuning exam spice up. Things are starting to get true lit. Like, I'm talking about too lit, too legit. You know it's the shit. Like, deadass, we're starting to see basically Sarada and Arya basically go head to head. You know what I'm saying? We getting Shinki and Mitsuki basically going head to head. It's just like, damn. And just looking at the backstory of these two ninjas, the way that they fight is they fight really skilled. You know, they seem to have like a lot of like techniques put into their fighting styles and shit like that. And then both of them, in terms of Shinki and Arya, both offer something different, as well as Mitsuki and Sarada. They both have like their own different stats and how like they go at things and shit, how they approach like the fights and like how they use their tactical abilities and shit. And just to see both of them like put to the test was really dope, because you guys know these are the two major characters that are usually going to be helping Boruto out through the most of the whole entire anime. Now, not right directly in the beginning, you saw Shikadai was always like a big influence for Boruto and stuff like that, but as you guys start to see like Boruto get a little bit older and things become more team based, unless you know there's gonna be a double covert mission or some shit like that, you know, Shikadai isn't gonna really be there to be able to catch Boruto, and Boruto's like always slacking, because these two are gonna be the major components to him. These are gonna be the true support systems. Like it was like Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura, this is literally gonna be that exact same support system, you know. So these two people are gonna be always there, and it was really dope to see them put at like their maximum potential, because they had to really like fight. But it sucks that we got Mitsuki, who was like handicapped and shit like that, but at the same time Mitsuki did end up being a troll, because you know he valued, you know, basically sacrificing a win over like being with his friends, and he just wanted to like stay with them. Like he knew he could have won that fight. He just was like, yo, I'm just rather stay with my friends, and the fact that I'm here with Boruto and them and shit like that, that was really dope. That was really unique, and I was actually really proud of Mitsuki for doing that, because it showed that Mitsuki is starting to develop emotions a lot better. He's starting to get a grasp on what actually being human is, because like before, when Mitsuki first came around, you know, he didn't really have emotions. He was a lot like Sai. He was wondering why, you know, people smile, why do people laugh, you know what I'm saying? He basically inquired with Orochimaru like what was his purpose of being made, and you know, essentially it fucked him up. Now he's starting to develop these actual human being emotions. It just goes to show how far Orochimaru's research has gone within Mitsuki, and you know how far he was able to get in terms of human emotions and human abilities and shit like that. Now what we saw with Arya and Sarada, it was really dope, because we start to see like her use her shuriken jutsu. We start to see her like put that into play. You know, we even see her use some lightning style, because we did know that she have lightning style, you know, that was part of her affinity, and you know, she just kind of kept it tucked off. And it was one of those things where we didn't really get to see Sarada use a lot of her jutsus in like the series so far. This was like a big thing for Sarada. Like this was like a glow moment for her, because you know, we have her mom who, you know, was just strong. You know, she always just fought as a ninja. She had healing abilities right away, but we got a girl that's just like Sakura, almost a little bit different. She's a 2.0 because she has the Sasuke aspects, and then she's like a prodigy on top of that. She's using really dope ninjutsu, and she's using a lot of different things that are of her capabilities and her abilities. You know, like it's really different when you have characters that are from the new generation that can do things that like the previous character couldn't do, because people would like to say that Sarada was going to be a carbon copy of like Sakura, but like she wasn't. Like, you know, she was given that ability to like go further. Now don't get me wrong, in terms of her personality, I feel like she has a bit of Sakura in there, you know what I'm saying? Now maybe that's due to the fact that, you know, obviously Sasuke kept a certain type of female around him. If you guys look at the way Ino act, if you guys look at the way Sakura act, as the way that Karin act, you know, obviously they all act like fucking, you know, Sarada in a way. And that kind of reminds me, because they kind of act like Kushina, when Kushina kind of gets like rowdy or like rough, you know what I'm saying, like real dramatic. And it's really crazy, because now that Sarada is with Boruto, you know, it's gonna be like a weird shipping. But to see like her actually go down a different path and like, you know, start putting in her real work, like start putting in all her like efforts and using her training that she learned from her dad, her ninjutsu and all that, basically reading the battlefield, excelling, using her Sharingan to find weak points, try to figure out what's going on with the enemy and shit like that. She was really on par. Like she was really stepping her shit up. Like you gotta give Sarada some real respect, because that's something we saw Sarada do. Like she came through and she was clutch with it. You know, that's something that we didn't expect her to have like right away. And the only thing that really caught me off guard, because I didn't really understand that he was a puppet user either. I thought this dude was just really trained, like he just knew what was going on. But then I had to think about it too. That was like the main thing. Like if we got this man, you know, Shinki out here using sand, why wouldn't we have another puppet user out there? Because, you know, obviously Conqueror's around, you know, they might be training them and teaching them shit like that. But the thing is, we saw Shinki use puppet sand before too. Like he had the like skull sand thing fighting or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like that was something that we see on up his sleeves and shit, but we haven't seen it so far in the tuning exams in terms of like the actual battle. You know, we saw it in like round 2 when they were doing the capture the flag shit, you know, when he used it against Rock Lee, but we didn't actually get to see him use it a lot against like Mitsuki. Now in terms of Mitsuki and Shinki, bro, that's something on a whole nother level aspect. And all this is like, I'm not trying to down what Sarada and Arya had going on, because when she released that Firestyle, she really had me in awe. I was just like, damn, look at her. When she realized that like this opponent was somebody that was gonna run directly at her, on top of that is a puppet, you know, I could just fucking scorch this shit. Nothing can stop it. Like she was with it. She was like, all right, it's time to fucking take this thing and just destroy it, because you're up here, I can basically let go and cut loose. And then how she explained her weakness to him kind of was like really cocky, because she was like, look, if you want to do your research, you talking about you know me, you understand me, you would know I don't have that much stamina. She basically told Shinki how to basically hold her out, like in the next round, and when she fights with Boruto or whoever, yeah, the next round when she fights with Boruto and Shinki are essentially gonna be fucking fighting each other, while, you know, she's being pushed off by one of Shinki's sand walls or something like that, because now he knows that, look, oh yeah, she doesn't have that much stamina. Like that was kind of a cocky thing to do, Sarada. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect your win, I respect your W, you know, but like still. But let's get on this Mitsuki and Shinki fight. Now for Mitsuki and Shinki, like the fight was really dope. It was really dope to see these two people go head to head against each other. I was kind of upset because I really didn't get to see these two characters excel and use the powers like that I wanted them to see, because Mitsuki kind of had a holding back thing going on. On top of that, like I said, we didn't really get to see Shinki use his puppets like he used before when he was fighting against Metal Lee and shit like that, you know. So it kind of sucks that we didn't really get to see those things. But like in terms of like these people holding back, there was really no holding back. It just sucks that Mitsuki had this big ass handicap on him, and it kind of makes sense because when Naruto went into the tuning exams, he had the exact same handicap. He couldn't use his Sage mode, and like Mitsuki knew if he would use his Sage mode, he would be able to win, and that was like be like super quick, but he would have just made him disqualified, and they probably been like, yo, why does Orochimaru have something this powerful in the village, and he probably can just take over and sway the other ninjas, like, you know, on some Orochimaru type shit. But Orochimaru probably just, you know, just trying to have like this secret weapon there to aid the village that nobody would know about in case like something bad will go on. And on top of that, Mitsuki is actually developing emotions, and we are starting to see that even more as like these fights progress, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing him start to like pull out his fucking skills, but we also start to see him like use his human ability, and that's something like he didn't have. Like we always saw Mitsuki as in like just kill, like just destroy, let's run up on something, let's fade some shit, you know what I'm saying? We saw that type of Mitsuki. We never saw Mitsuki who would just be chilling or like, you know, like on some friendly Bobby type shit, like, you know, trying to be goofy, because Mitsuki never understood those emotions. Mitsuki's never like really expressed those type of things, you know what I'm saying? Now that he's getting those emotions and he's starting to express his abilities that way, I think it's starting to aid his combat ability as well, make him a little bit more swift and agile. Because if you guys look at how he pulled up on Shinki, dog, he yanked Shinki under the ground, he dragged him under there, dog. He was literally about to like kill him. Boruto even said in the cut, like, god damn, this is a battle, like you might have to be careful, he might die. Now clearly Shinki was ready, he was prepared, because Shinki's no ordinary person. He's been trained by Gaara, the Kazekage. Like this kid has been basically taught everything by Gaara, and he on top of that, Gaara both telling people that I taught him everything I know, like, you know, it's like, yo, I just dropped my jutsu arsenal in this kid, and like this kid has it. Like the fact that he's so young and he has it, I know it, and I'm definitely telling you he has more power than this. But the fact that Mitsuki has way more power than what he has, you know, it just kind of sucks. And the fact that like he was able to like do that magnet release shit, like making it fucking pull with the spear, so there wasn't no choice but like Mitsuki actually taking a blow. But if Mitsuki would have used his ability, you know, it would have been easy, because like Mitsuki Sage Mode have like these ridiculous like regeneration powers, so like he's gonna just eat that shit. Like it's gonna be a wound and it's just gonna go away real quick, like when Naruto is in like Kurama Cloak mode, or when Sasuke has the Susanoo out on him or some shit like that. You know, like these people can heal like rather quickly on their own. So like this is something that we see Mitsuki, somebody that's in the fucking next generation class rankings, doing. This is not like a regular person we're seeing doing this shit. This is somebody who was a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody who's like, you know, a child. Like, don't get me wrong, clearly he was made to be that way. Like everybody's like, oh, he doesn't count. He's like made and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But he still had to grow and understand his powers and emotions, because at that point he would just become a weapon, you know. He wouldn't actually be like an important character, because like I see Mitsuki pop up, like I see a humorous character, like because Mitsuki do some weird shit. Like I'm reading the manga, he might do some odd shit and I might be like, oh damn. So you know, he always has that character that humor me, but it kind of sucks like that he couldn't really go full potential. And I'm gonna keep saying that because like that was the whole point of the video yesterday. I was really upset because they didn't really like give him the ultimate like limelight that he was supposed to get, you know. They kind of cut him short, but at the same token, you know, he still pulled it through, you know. He actually exerted and basically showed Shinki like, hey look, you're not as strong as you think you are, but I have more important things than this battle. So it was really dope. Now to see, you know, Shinki just kind of be power hungry and being like a dick to Mitsuki, because like he already knew that Mitsuki was Orochimaru's son. It's like he was already aware of that, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, how would you understand? Because, you know, he's basically saying you don't have any parents, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a dad, you know. I have a dad, like Gar's my dad, like, you know what I'm saying? This guy has daddy issues, or probably a parent complex. He probably was like abandoned as a kid early on, and it kind of like stuck with him, and now he's like all fucked up inside, and it's probably messing him up, you know. And he kind of took that out on Mitsuki a little bit, because if you guys look throughout the fight and you look at the context clues, Shinki kept insinuating, how would you understand, like how would you know like what my dad told me, or how would you know what I've learned through my parent, you know what I'm saying? It was insinuating that Mitsuki didn't have parents, like he didn't have nobody that was like a family member to him, you know, because Orochimaru isn't necessarily an ideal parent, but he is definitely somebody who is very great in terms of information and jutsu. Like, you know, he might have got experience on, but I feel like, you know, he still would have learned a lot of training aspects and killing like techniques. I mean, it probably been robotic minded, but that's probably why Mitsuki got sent to the Elite Village in the first place, you know what I'm saying? I think it was just really disrespectful all around, because he just kind of came at Mitsuki about it. But the fact that Mitsuki was able to yank his ass under the ground, you know, that was a payback for that bitch. You know, he hit him with that lightning style, you know. I thought Mitsuki was gonna go full on and catch him, but like this man was smart enough to like combat and dodge the ability, you know what I'm saying? He was like, nah nigga, and he pulled the sand on his hand like a fist. It was like, damn, okay, so you mixing it with your taijutsu, you ain't no joke, you like some serious shit. That Mitsuki released all the snakes at him and shit. Like, this was really dope. It was really great to see them put together this fight like that, you know, basically making the anime excel a lot better than the movie in a way, because like, you know, obviously there was good fights in the movie, but the fact that like they prolonged it and they added like their own flashy moments to it, they made it a lot better, and I really fuck with it. So let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions on this episode with the things that were happening. Also, I would like to say I thought it was dope that Sasuke was sitting there using Chidori, showing Boruto stuff, and we watched that like Sasuke moment with Boruto, kind of like how these two were training during the tuning exams on the side, kind of like how Naruto was with Pervy Sage, you know, training on the side while the tuning exams were taking place, you know what I'm saying? It gives me that kind of vibe. But you know, then we also got to see Sarada and Sakura in the cut, you know what I'm saying? So it was really dope to see like those little moments. It was like tidbits like that that make you remember how much, you know, you enjoy the anime. And on top of that, we got to see Mogoy's team, you know, with fucking Ino Shikacho, you know, they were out eating barbecue like on the Asuma Sensei type of shit. It gave me like those old reminiscent vibes. I didn't want to forget to leave that there, because like, you know, those moments make the show what it is, because like it allows you to connect it with the older shows and then see how much it's changed and see how much it like is going down a different path. Now clearly a lot of people might not be happy with it, but still, you know, it's still tidbits to like homage in terms of like the other show and shit like that. So let me know your personal opinion like always. With that being said, my name is ShinoBeenTrill. Stay true and stay real. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye.